Hi everyone, this is Adeline. Welcome to my little colouring corner. I've decided that I'm going to be doing monthly colouring recap videos, but seeing as though this is my first one and I started my channel last year in September, I thought that I might as well just show you guys first of all the pages that I've coloured since I started, and then from next month I can give you a proper monthly colouring recap. I plan on doing a lot more coloring, color along videos, probably a alcohol marker one plus a colored pencil one every week. So then every month I should have about 8 pages colored. Well, that's the plan. All right, so let's get started. This is my very first book that I purchased, the Cocoa Wires Cozy Corner, and I had very limited colouring supplies when I started. So the very first page that I coloured was in this book. Let me just find it. It was this one. This was before I had the Ohuhu markers. I had a set of markers, a very small set, Delhi markers. Let me show you what they look like. It's these ones. As you can see, it's only a set with 36 colours in, so my colour choices were very limited. Yeah, those are the colours that I had to work with. They're not bad markers, but I find that the colours are very bright and I struggle to blend because everything was so pigmented and so dark. There wasn't like a wider variety of lighter colours that I could use for lighter tones or mid-tones and so on. So I feel like the limited color choice, at least, made this picture maybe not as great as what it could have been. But for a first attempt, this was my very, very first alcohol marker colouring page that I've ever done. So, I mean, I don't think it came out too bad. The next one I did was also in this book. Let me just put that back in there. It was this one. This is after I purchased the Touch alcohol markers. It was quite one of the large sets we purchased from a online shop called Takealot here in South Africa. I'm not quite sure of how many were in the set, but I think it was over 100. And I coloured in this picture using those. It came out a lot better because the colour choice was obviously much better. So I had lighter colours and I had different tones of the different colours. So this one was definitely improvement on the first one I did. The markers compared to my Ohuhu, the Ohuhu brush tip just works so much smoother, and I find that these ones are with the fine tip are very scratchy, and yeah, I'm not a fan of them. So I'll use them if I have to, but I'm really not a big fan of them. Okay, and that was page 2 that I did. Let's see, page 3, I moved on to colour pencils. Let me just get the book. I got Johanna Basford's Magical Worlds. This is an absolutely beautiful book. I love all her books. I have several others as well, but so far I've only coloured in this one. So the plan is to get a lot more of hers coloured. Yeah, this was with coloured pencils, and I did this page. I used Kahlua pencils. I'm going to show you the set that I use now. It's this set, the Kahlua 180 piece set. As you can see, this is quite a large set. There's a swatch card. Yeah, actually very, very nice colors in the set, and there's quite a few of them, so you have quite a lot of options, which can sometimes be overwhelming as well, which when I started now, it was kind of overwhelming. But yeah, these are just the normal. See, it says expert on the box, but they just feel like normal color pencil crayons. There's nothing really special about them, but they've done a decent job. I went with this purple background because my plan was to get the yellows and the orange so that the centerpiece or the center part of the picture could stand out more. It's just when I've done the background, I'm not so happy with it. In general, I'm not very comfortable doing backgrounds. I need to practice that a lot. I got for Christmas, I got the Derwent Inktense. So I've been practicing using them, and in one of my upcoming color alongs, I'm going to be using them for a background. But yeah, these I struggle to get this because it's not very smooth. It's very grainy, and yeah, I'm just not happy with the color choice either. I should have rather maybe gone with a darker background, maybe like a darker blue. I feel like that would have maybe made it stand out a bit more. But in general, it came out all right. The pencils weren't bad to use. They were just a little bit harder to blend with. But yeah, overall, it was an okay experience. I took quite some time doing this one. There is a color along on my channel, but I think I split it up into like four videos because I took quite a lot of time blending and doing this page. Okay, so that was page number 3. Page number 4 is another Coco Wire book. Haig Place. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly, but that's how I say it. I did this one, and this was just after I got my Ohuhu alcohol markers. Now they are a dream to color with. It just makes everything, I just feel so much better coloring with them compared to the touch markers. So I am a total fan of the Ohuhu markers. Yeah, this one was a pretty simple, wasn't a very intricate picture, but it was my first picture that I colored with the Ohuhu markers, and I think it turned out pretty okay. I like my color choice. I like the purples and the greens, and then grey. I really love grey, and I feel like grey and pink and purple actually all go so well together. Okay, so that was page number 4. Page number 5 was also in this book. Let me just find it. So many tabs in this one. It was this Christmas one. It looks like a Christmas truck or a truck carrying Christmas decorations. This was also with Ohuhu markers. And then I used, on the previous one as well, I forgot to mention, I used the Jelly Roll white gel pen to do the highlights. And for instance, over here I added a bit of glitter effect or sparkle effect. Yeah, this was a really fun page to do. All these pages that I'm showing you are available on my channel as a color along if you are interested. The alcohol markers are actually very fun to color with, but I've never really used them in a more, like a Johanna Basford or a more intricate coloring in book. I feel like I'm more comfortable using them in these more simplistic drawings. One day I'll probably maybe feel more confident to use them for basing. I see a lot of people use the alcohol markers for basing, and then they use the color pencils over them. And that is a technique I really would like to try. Okay, let's see. The next page was also in this book. I didn't post this one, or did I? Yes, no, I did. But I wasn't very happy with this one. It was also a color along, also Ohuhu markers. It's not a bad picture. I'm just not happy with the sky. I feel like everything is just so orange. I don't know, maybe some people like it like that, but I'm not happy with how bright it is. I drew this wasn't in, so I drew the bushes in with a black fine liner, this side and this side, and then I drew the paving or the cobblestone in over here as well. In general, it's not colored bad. It's just my color choices. Like for instance, the sky, I feel like I should have maybe just left the sky blue. It would have muted it a bit because it's just so in your face and so overly bright and colorful. But yeah, that's picture number 6. My 7th one was also in this book. Let me just see. It's this one. I'm very happy with the way this one turned out. This is my favorite one in this book. I love the color. This was the very first time that I used a color palette. I decided to go onto Pinterest and look for color palettes because sometimes a person struggles to think of colors or color combinations and things like that. And I feel like the previous one I used maybe like too many colors and it's too busy and I don't like that in a picture. So this one I limited myself to basically the pinky purples and the browns and some green, and then okay, there's also some orange as well. So it's not a very large color palette, and I think it worked quite well. This video didn't do too bad on my channel, but it's how do you say, aesthetically pleasing to look at. I really like this one and I'm happy with the way this one turned out. And yes, of course, I used the Ohuhu markers and I used the gel pen again for all the highlights and you know, all the smaller details and the little sparkles and for the glass vase and the little flowers. So yeah, that's that for that one. Okay, now we're moving on to another book eventually. I seem to have done so many in this one. My next book is Cozy Christmas. This one, another Coco Wire book. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. I'm not really sure how to say if it's Coco Wire, Coco Wio, or how you say it. Yeah, this book is not holding up so well. I see the pages are a lot of places where the pages are coming loose. But yeah. Okay, we got, let me see where. Just excuse that sigh. It was not me. It was my dog who came and threw himself down on the floor here next to me. Okay, this was the first page I did, and this was around Christmas time. So I'd done a few pages in a row in this one. No, actually I didn't. It was this one and then another one in between. But yeah, I colored quite a few of these now at the end of last year, seeing as though everyone was doing Christmas pages. This one is also available on my channel, and this is the color along that has the most views on my channel. I was first originally not too happy with it. I felt that it was too dark, but apparently everyone liked this one. The colors are nice and bright and vibrant and cheerful and Christmassy colors, and I suppose, yeah, I mean, that's what you want for Christmas. You want colorful, cheerful, happy pages. So that was that one. Yeah, it was also just Ohuhu markers and then the gel pen for the glitter effect and the little stars and all of those little details. Okay, and now before I done another one of those, I done one in Cozy Corner. Let me just get that book. This one. Is this one over here? Okay, and this one also didn't turn out too bad. Yet again, Ohuhu markers. I also tried to stick to a limited color palette. I feel like the pages just look a lot better when there's less colors involved. That's why a lot of the previous pages that I didn't like, especially the like fruit stand one, it was just too busy and too many colors and in your face. This just, I feel better looking at something that has limited colors. It just looks nicer. I don't know how to explain it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you prefer using a lot of colors? Do you prefer sticking to a color palette? I really want to in the future work more with color palettes. I feel it makes everything a lot easier, and you don't have to think as hard. All right, then the next one is another Christmas one. Let's put that one there. This is picture number 10. Oh yeah, we did a few of these in a row. Yeah, I saw the challenge. It was the gingerbread challenge. Yeah, you can see this page is all pulling loose here inside on the book. yeah, so I did the gingerbread challenge. I used mainly my touch markers because I didn't want to use up my Ohuhu markers coloring in such a large area. So I used the touch markers to do this one because it was so much brown. And then the only time I used one Ohuhu marker, and that was just to do the shadowing here on the snow. I used a lighter Ohuhu marker because the colors in the touch alcohol markers also quite dark, and they didn't really have a lighter brown that I could use for over there. So I just opted to make those little dots and stuff over there in the snow using one of my Ohuhu markers. And then of course I also used a white gel pen in this one, and I used my Copic acrylic marker, the white one, to go over all the black lines and all the little dots over there and all the patterns. So that was for that one. I enjoyed doing this one because it required like no thinking. It was nice to just take those are your colors you are using and just color in the picture with that. You didn't have to think about it, you just colored and relaxed. So this was a fun one to do as well. All right, and then the next one, let me just see, is also in here. I love this one. This one is my favorite one in this book. This one turned out really well. I love the colors, even though there are quite a few colors, mainly reds and green. I just feel that everything works together. All the colors just worked really well together. This one I really enjoyed coloring. I took my time with it. It is available as a color along as well. Yeah, just everything worked on this page. I didn't have anything that I thought, oh no, I shouldn't have done that, or oh no, there, I messed that up. So this one went well. So this is a good one, my favorite one in the book. The next one is also in here. This is Santa on the Beach. Yeah, this one is not bad. I just messed up a bit on his book. I had to go over it a few times with different things to try, and I think I went in with a bit of green fine liner because I shaded it and I didn't like the way it looked, and I added a border and I didn't like the way it looked, so I went over there a few times. So the Santa guide I'm not happy with, but in general the entire picture itself is not bad, and I think it turned out all right. It was also just Ohuhu markers, and then I used I can't remember, I think this was also the Copic acrylic marker, and then the gel pen, the white gel pen. I'm not really sure if I used, no, I think this is gel pen. Yeah, I just used my white gel pen. Yeah, I didn't use the Copic over there, and then the little decorations on the plate and the highlights in his beard and hair. So yeah, no, this one, I like the way the sand turned out as well. I love the color, and I feel like the blue, the yellow, and this brown go really well together. It's something I will use in a future color palette. I like the way those colors go together. Okay, and then this number 13 is also in this book. Yeah, this one. This one I also like the way this one turned out. This one also done well on my channel. The Santa sleigh with a reindeer is not in the picture. I just went and Googled a Santa sleigh, like, what did I Google? I think it was line art or something like that. And I just looked off there, off the computer screen, and I just drew it in over here, just so that I could have something extra over there, make it look as if she's looking at something or he's looking at something. I'm not sure if that's a boy or a girl. Yeah, this one turned out well. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with everything in this picture as well. It's probably my second favorite one in here. I feel like maybe the lighting, I could have brought out more lighting, or maybe no. I don't know. I think it looks good the way it is. Yeah, this one was a success as well. And look how all these pages are just falling apart in this book. And I make a note of being very careful with my books, but none of the others have done it. It's just this one that has started falling apart. Okay, the next one, let me just get it, is in Cozy Days. It's another Coco Wire book. As you can see, I've done a lot of alcohol marker coloring pages because I'm practicing them, because these are basically the first time I've used alcohol markers. In the past, I mainly done pencil sketches, and then I dabbled a bit in the color pencil coloring, but nothing really major. So all of this is quite new to me, and yeah, so it's quite a learning curve. The alcohol markers especially, I feel a lot more comfortable with the color pencils. But yeah, the alcohol markers are fun, especially if you want to just do a quick, a quick picture or a quick coloring in page, or you don't have a lot of time, you don't want to start something that you're not going to finish. This one gives you a sense of completion when you do a quick alcohol marker page. All right, this is Cozy Days. This is number 14. This one also turned out well. I like this one. This one is quite colourful, but yet I like it because, yeah, okay, there's colours, but there's not that many colours. I mean, it's just basically the oranges, blue, green, yeah, and then, I mean, yellow, which is also in the pumpkin over here. So, yeah, there's not that many colours, so it's not so busy, but I really like the way this pumpkin one turned out as well. And this one was really fun to colour because I went and I looked for a reference image just so that I could get the highlighting or the colours of the pumpkin right. The kind of the sky, I just basically just winged that. I just done what I thought. Everything else, the grass, I think I went in with color pencil. Yes, I did. I had just received my for Christmas. I received the Derwent Chromaflow pencils. So what I did is I went in with some of them for the grass, and then I think I added some white gel pen as well. Yes, I did. Some white gel pen in for, no, not white, yellow gel pen in for the grass, just to give more texture. And I think it turned out pretty good, the grass texture, if you can see like that. Yeah, it gave it a bit of texture, and I quite like the way that one turned out. Okay, that was picture number 14. The next one we did was from Little Corner. Yeah, this one. Also Ohuhu markers and the white gel pen. Yeah, this one I'm pretty happy with as well. The only thing I did not like with this picture is my sky, where I went from the blue to our transition from the blue into the orange. I feel like that should have been done a bit better because over there it just feels like dirty color. So I'm not happy with that. I'll have to learn how to blend. I don't know if a person can really blend colors like that. It needs to be, you need to go from like a blue to maybe a green to a yellow or whatever. But yeah, that I'll have to practice. But other than that, I mean, I like the way that Teddy's fur looks. The colors are pretty. They're happy. They're cheerful. So yeah, no, this one wasn't bad. Okay, then we've done this Comfy Patterns book. I've done 2 in a row in this one. I've done the strawberries first. I tried to use mixed media in this one. Yeah, I'm not that happy with it. I used the Ohuhu markers, and then I used the Derwent Chromaflow just to give it some extra darker shading. And I also used a gel pen. I tried to use the gel pen to go over the center parts of the strawberry and do those little bits as well. But yeah, I don't really like the way that turned out. It's untidy, and I'm not a fan of it. But yeah, there's that one, and then we've done another one over here. We've done this glitter effect one. This one I quite like. The glitter effect one, it looks pretty simple, but it actually takes quite a long time to do. I first did the background white, and then I decided to go in and color it grey. I think I should have maybe left it white. I actually preferred it more with the white background, but yeah, there's nothing I can do about that now. I just used different shades of grey, and then I used the different rainbow colors. I went in with my Ohuhu markers, made the rainbows on each of the sections, and then all of the little details are just the white gel pen. I just use I keep bumping this thing. I just use the white jelly roll pen. Yeah, no, it turned out quite nice. This was a fun one to do. It took a while, but I think it turned out pretty okay. That was it for number 17. The next one we done was in Little Corner. This one, the coffee shop. The coffee shop also turned out quite nice. This one as well, I think yes, I did. I used a color palette for this one. So it required, it's okay, you still have to think about where you want to put your colors and stuff, but at least you don't have to worry about colors clashing or, your picture not looking cohesive or there not being a nice flow in your picture, because I hate it when I look at a picture and there's, say for instance, I made that bright purple or something and it's just standing out, staring at you like that. I don't like that. So these colors, they went well together. Yeah, I think this was also just a color palette I pulled off Pinterest. This was an enjoyable one to do. Yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. It's also just the Ohuhu markers and the white gel pen. Alright, now we moved on to my next color pencil. It was this one in Midnight Masquerade, Hannah Coulson. This is an absolutely beautiful book. I'm in love with Hannah Coulson's illustrations. I'll be doing a lot more of her illustrations in the weeks to come. I chose this one. She's the Queen of Spades. I decided to go with, not very realistic. I mean, blue hair. Then I used my Derwent Chromaflow pencils for this one. I had received them for Christmas, so I was quite happy with them. They colour and blend much better than the Kahlua pencil set that I had. So yeah, this was a very fun page, and I was testing out my new pencils, so I really enjoyed doing this one. It also took me quite a while. For the background, I used Distress ink, and then this is just gel pen that I tried smudging to try and get the bokeh effect, but yeah, the background I'm not 100% happy with, but it's alright. The blending of the skin and everything with the pencils, it's not bad. Yeah, this was a nice one, a fun one to do. But as I said, I enjoy the colour pencils way more than the markers. It's just it takes so much longer to do. Okay, our next book is Kokoayo's Girl Moments. I struggled to get this one here where I live. Eventually it was available, so I snapped it up as quick as possible. As I've seen so many colour alongs with Girl Moments, and I quite like the illustrations in this book. So I've done, I think, 2 in here. This was the first one I did in here. So, a coffee shop, I think. This one I also used a colour palette. I tried to go for a, you can say happy colour palette, but a more vibrant one. So I went with the greens. There's a lot of green, bit of purple and pink. Yeah, this one didn't turn out too bad. I like the way I did her hair. Yeah, I still have to practice with her hair, but I feel like her hair didn't come out too bad. So yeah, again, Ohuhu markers and white gel pen. And then we did, the next one I did was also in here. I did this one. Also tried to stick to a colour palette with this one. It also didn't turn out too bad. This was a fun one to do. I enjoyed doing this one. I think mainly because of the the lighting and the shadows. I try to add a bit of extra glow from the lamp there by also just going in with one of my Derwent yellow colouring pencils, but they didn't take so well. It gives a bit of an effect over there, but they didn't take so well as what I thought they would. But yeah, this one wasn't too bad. Okay, the last two pictures that I've done so far, the next one was in Hyde Place. Is this one, the kitchen one. I'm very happy with this one. Also, again, a colour palette used. I got this colour palette off Pinterest. I love the colours in this one. It's got such a warm feel to it, warm, cozy feel. And I really like the way that I've done the bricks. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, I decided to add different colours and some texture in that to the bricks. I just added in lines over there just to make it seem as if there are bricks in the background there as well. And I gave some texture to the wood furniture as well. I think I went in with some gel pens over there, brown gel pens, but it's mainly the Ohuhu markers, the white gel pen for the highlights, and then yeah, for the wood texture I used my gel pens that I also received for Christmas, so I was trying them out. Okay, then the very last picture is a pencil, colouring pencil one. This one, Annie Ray's, this book. When I flip through this book, there is a flip through on my channel as well. The pictures in this book are so beautiful. I don't think there's one picture in here that I wouldn't want to colour. It was so nice colouring these pictures. Her illustrations are so beautiful. I love this one. I wanted to do this one for Valentine's Day, but unfortunately time was not on my side. I will get it done. So yeah, her illustrations are really beautiful. I've got this one of hers and her other one. I can't think what its name is. Yeah, but her other colouring book. I've got another one of hers as well that I haven't coloured in yet. I chose this picture. I thought it was going to be quick and easy, but it actually took quite some time. And I tested out another tin of, or another set of colour pencils. Let me get them for you. It's these also Kahlua, but they are the soft touch ones. So I wanted to try them out and see, you know, how they felt, because I've never owned Prismacolors, and yeah, they're a bit out of my budget. So I thought, well, maybe this is the next best thing, seeing as this is also a softer pencil. So yeah, these are these really pretty colours in this one. Let me just see if I can open it. Yeah, and they're a really pretty pencil. Let's take one out here. You can see they're really pretty pencils. And they're very soft pencils, and they go on smooth and they blend very nice, and I'm very happy with this set. They probably take a bit longer to blend compared to more premium pencils like, say, Prismacolor, but I'm happy with the way this one turned out. And yeah, I really enjoyed using those. These ones also used a color palette. I coloured in, seeing as though the colours were so bright, I decided to go for black over here, just to make it stand out more. And then I added a little bit of shading with grey pencils over there. I should have actually gone in maybe with a white gel pen to add a few highlights, but I was so worried that I'll mess it up, so I just left it. I feel like my confidence level just needs to go up a bit so I can try new things. But if I tend to be afraid to try something new because I'm worried about messing something up, especially something that took me quite a while to do, and this took me quite a few hours to colour. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one, and this was a really fun one to do, and I will definitely be colouring a lot more of Annie Ray's illustrations. Her illustrations are beautiful. Okay, so that is it for all the pictures that I've done so far. I think that in total is 23 pictures. I just want to get these books. The two books that I plan on colouring in, I am going to do an alcohol marker colour along now in this week. But after that I will be doing a colour pencil colour along. I haven't decided yet what pencils I will be using. But I know for the background I would like to use my Derwent Inktense because I've never done that before, so I want to try that. And I got gifted this Kirby Razan's Dark Fairy Tales, and I cannot wait to colour in this book. I've been through the book. Let's see if I can find it and I can show you the page that I want to do. It's the Pinocchio page. It's this one. Let's see if you guys can see it properly. Yeah, it's this page. Well, it's a double spread, but I've never done a double spread before, so I suppose that's something new as well. This paper is very smooth. I will have to see which pencils or which color pencils I use. It needs to be at least a set that I have quite a few colors. The thing is, I have the Chromaflow set. I have this Derwent Chromaflow set that I got gifted for Christmas, but it's only the 48 set. I suppose it could work, but I don't want to be too limited. I want to be able to have my lighter shades, mid shades, darker shades. So maybe I will use the Kahlua set. We will see. But I definitely want to use the Derwent Inktense in the background so I can practice that. So this will be most likely be my next colouring pencil picture that I do. I will have a colour along on this one as well. I think I will do maybe, I don't know if I should do one page and then move on to the next, or I feel like a person, no, I think I should just do it all together because I want my colours to all be cohesive. So I don't want to do the background here and then come back later and say, oh, what did I do for that background? So no, I think I'll do it together. I might just divide the colour alongs up into more than one video, otherwise it's going to be ridiculously long. Okay, so that's my next colouring pencil one. And then I got this book, this Manga Mania book. It is beautiful. The illustrations in here are absolutely stunning. I've never coloured anything like this. I don't even know where to begin or how to colour it or what medium to use. I'll have to go and do some research or whatever and see what others are using or what others are doing. But the plan is that will be my next one as well. I have been watching a lot of YouTubers, colorists. The main one that I've been watching is Sarah Renee Clark. I've been watching quite a lot of her videos as well to try and get inspiration, to try and get tips and tricks on how to use different mediums, and especially with color palettes as well. I would love to get her color cube, but unfortunately where I stay, I live in South Africa and I don't know how to get it because it's not available to buy anywhere. Yeah, I've looked on our we have Amazon in South Africa, but it's not available on there either. I think maybe I could try and buy it directly through her website. I'm not sure if she ships to South Africa. I'll have to see. Another colorist that I've enjoyed following is My Colorful Country Life. She's awesome. I love her tutorials and her color alongs. I have been watching her color alongs to try and get myself familiar with using the Derwent Inktense for coloring backgrounds. So I will probably go and look up or go and watch more videos before I actually attempt one in this coloring in book. I'm always so nervous that I mess something up, which a person should probably really not be. I mean, you color to relax, not stress, but I love my coloring books so much and I don't want to mess them up. So, her tutorials and videos are really, really cool. If you've never watched my Colorful Country Life, you should really go and have a look. She gives color combinations on there with the different color pencils as well. She's got color alongs. Her videos are just really enjoyable. Another one that I also watch is Pictured Purpose. She is just as awesome. She also gives color alongs, and she gives a lot of advice, and I see she's broadening her videos now as well. Now the last one that she did, people could ask advice as to which books to use, for instance, if you're a beginner or if you don't like backgrounds and so on, and she went through that. So she gives a lot of insight into like from the years of her coloring experience. So it's nice to watch channels or people talking about things like that, and you learn a few things, especially when you're new to coloring. Yeah, as far as alcohol markers go, I watched Caro's Art Studio. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've watched a few of hers. She just basically does the alcohol markers. And what is the other woman's name? Anna Rose. I think it's Anna Rose. Yeah, there's a colorist with a name Anna Rose, and she also does the alcohol marker, and I love her alcohol marker tutorials because she shows you how to do water, how to do. That's where I went and I looked for the glitter effect, and the colors that she used. I got inspiration from her. So her channel is also really. I'll link all the channels that I get inspiration or tips and tricks from down in the description below if you guys are interested in going to look. But yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. Yeah, I'm going to be starting with my next alcohol marker color along later on today. And then I would like to start this by latest tomorrow or the next day, start with the Pinocchio page in this because I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you guys for listening to me babble on, and I hope you enjoyed the flip through of all the pages that I've done so far. This one was fairly long because, as I say, it's all the pages I've done since I started. But from next month, I plan to do the videos every month, so it probably won't be so long. So it'll just be showing you the pages that I did for the month. But anyhow, guys, you must enjoy the rest of your day or evening, whatever time it is that you are watching this. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It'll help me out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. That's it for now, guys, and I will see you in the next video.